Hey, what's up, everybody? Coming to you tonight with a look at the Origin M80. It's been on the show floor since DefenseCon started a day or two ago, and this is Origin's heavy fighter. They don't have one yet, so this is a first for Origin, and it's on the show floor, and you can get a look at it. You'll obviously be able to fly it on Origin Day. And let's do a quick look at it. I apologize, I can't actually mute the terrible background audio unless I turn off sounds completely. You know what? Let's just do that. Let's just do that. Okay. So my first take on this is that it doesn't look like Origin at all. I don't know what it looks like. It's shiny and it looks fast, right? And so it's like, well, I think I like it. I feel like I'm supposed to like it because it looks shiny and aerodynamic and futuristic. It's got some cool accents. And as we've seen from gameplay footage, there is a second set of guns that deploys from the side. So we'll have the guns on the back and the guns on the side. Unfortunately, in its static position here on the show floor, I cannot deploy the main guns. So we actually can't see those from this view. But one thing is, it's a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. At least it's longer. I kind of did a mock-up using a photo, actually about a week or two ago, of how big it might be, knowing that it was a heavy fighter and these are probably size 5 guns. And it came out quite a bit bigger, which is not bad. Kind of glad, actually. So it's more, Vanguard size, the Aegis Vanguard platform. But this is it. Let's go ahead and go inside. The cockpit looks alien. I'm gonna say Gatak, and maybe they were just their artists have been in Gatak mode because they've been working on the Raelin, and they said, we really should make an alien heavy fighter. And the artists that probably kind of set the original Origin design standard, maybe they were no longer with the company, maybe they were on other projects, but we ended up with kind of this weird ship that just doesn't really fit in. We'll have to see how it performs. If it performs well, it might be a buy. But it's just kind of weird looking. There are buttons to turn on the lights. Those are for the interior lights, which is a nice touch. But this doesn't scream luxury to me. It's just so strange for this to be an Origin ship, because what it screams alien. But it doesn't scream Origin. But as I stand here, I can no longer get out of the cockpit seat. So that's okay. Well, I live here now. Shift U, holding Y. Nothing is working. Well, maybe there's an exit button. There probably is. I'm going to click the exit button. Exit. And even that doesn't work. So I'm stuck in the ship. Okay, well, you know what? Let's see if we can clip a camera inside and get a look. Okay, so the interesting thing is it has a back storage compartment. There is a button. Go ahead and try to look at it. Right there on the right side of your screen. You can get a camera in there. If you click that button, the inside is a mess too. If you click that button, come on, camera. My God, so much jank. If you click that button right there, the back opens up, and a little ramp comes down at about a 45-degree angle. Again, very, very Gatak. And it looks like it'll hold, for sure, a 1SU crate, but because it's kind of deep, like the back of a 135C, I suspect you can actually put a 2SU crate on it, but nothing more than 1SU wide. So it's either a 1SU container or at most a 2SU container. And then you click the button and the ramp goes back up. So that's kind of cool. If you could bring a little storage crate around with you, I guess. it's not enough to do a basic hauling mission. Typically, the basic hauling missions are like, 6 SCU, 8 SCU. So you're not really going to be able to use it for that. So when I see a ship that has like 2 SCU of storage, I kind of think, well, is that just for farming bunkers, for storing sets of armor? I don't know. I'm not really sure, but it's interesting nonetheless that it has that internal storage. Let's see if we can get inside. Oh, and there you go. Actually, there you can see it. That's the grid. So that little thing pops down, and the question is, could you fit 2 SCU on there? Let's angle down. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'm gonna say yeah. Why not? No, why not? You can slap a 2 SCU crate on there and then close it up and take off. So let's look at the interior. To answer the question of does it have a logout bed, it does. It has a logout bed, and that's fantastic because this makes it compete with the Vanguard platform, and it makes it compete with the base Guardian platform, and that's pretty cool. I like that. Like if you're gonna sell something as a long range, heavy fighter that's going to be out for extended engagements in far out space, I think a logout bed is super important. This is not a carrier-based fighter after all. So I like that, and you can kind of, let me fix the angle and then dip back down. Oops, a little too much. And then maybe we can go out a little. It's kind of fidgety, but you get the idea, right? You're looking at the pillow right now. So that's the logout bed. It's in the very back, and it's cozy, right? But the problem is accessibility. So to get into the ship, you click this button on the right. So as we saw, there's a button on the underside right here, kind of in the center screen. That button deploys the cargo hatch. And then if you walk forward, there's this button right here on the right that deploys a big long ramp that comes down, a staircased ramp. It's a ramp, but of steps. And so you come in, and then that ramp is in the down position, which means you can't access anything really but the cockpit. You then have to click a button over here, right on your, see storage on your left, right after that red vertical piece. You have to click that button to then close up the ramp, and we'll go ahead and switch over to this position. And then once the ramp is closed, then you can access all your components, and you can access the bed and all that stuff. So that's kind of how that works. I don't love that way. Like accessibility, it kind of sucks that basically it feels like 66% of the ship is this staircase. And so you have to fold it up to then walk around in your ship. But, once you click that button on the right, once you do fold up the ramp, then you can walk around in your ship. And it's a long, skinny ship. It's long and skinny. The compartments are on the sides. Sorry. The ship components are on the sides here behind these glass cases, which, I guess makes it gold standard, right? You can physically remove the components. That's kind of cool. So it's got all those check marks, all those check boxes checked. It's got fuses. It's got all the things, right? It's even got a cool little shelf with some points for pinning things. So you could put some flare there. You could put some decorations there on the left. Starboard, typically. Sorry, I'm reversed. We're at the bridge looking backwards. So on the starboard side, there's a little shelf. You can put some things. And then all along, the corridor here of the ship is your component access. And then as we can see, there's that logout bed in the back. So good job, SIG, in giving it a logout bed. That makes the ship more viable, in my opinion. The fact that I can't get out of the seat is kind of a problem, though. But yeah, that's it. Let's go back from the back. Oh my god! And now the camera doesn't want to move. Sorry, folks. This is the quality of the first look you're getting. It has a spoiler on the back. I guess that's good. We like spoilers. Do we like spoilers? I think we like spoilers. It doesn't have any top glass. Most Origin ships do. A lot of Origin ships, you can look up the top and see out into space. You can't here. The lighting, the default lighting is kind of Las Vegas. So this just, it doesn't feel Origin. I'm just going to call it. But maybe this is a first in what is a new design style for Origin. Maybe future Origin ships are going to look like this. I don't know. I like the shaders they're using on the glass. Kind of gives it a fluted, frosted look with some ridged etchings. That's kind of nice, kind of stylish. So I'm not saying that the interior and exterior stylings are bad. I'm just saying that they don't match typically what we're used to with Origin. And I don't like that the entrance is basically a ramp that takes up the entire ship's body. That just, I'm thinking like, why couldn't they have just done stairs on the side? Well, we're about to find out why. They didn't do stairs on the side, a la the 100 series, because the side is where all the weapons are stored. And you can see them here. And these fold out. So when you deploy your weapons, we're going to have to go back inside. Sorry, a bit of angling. The entire side of the body is taken up by these internally tucked hard points. These are probably Klaus and Warner. I'm going to say size 5. Maybe one of you in the comments can figure that out. Actually, it's already published, people. Go to Urkel. Like, I don't... You know me. This is Jgun. I don't care about stats. These could be size 1. I don't give a shit. I don't know. I don't care. I don't really care about weapons. I fly ships and do box delivery missions, and I do bunkers. Like, talk to me about FPS weapons you hold in your hand. Other than that, I don't know. But these are probably a size 4 or size 5 hardpoint. Same as we have here on the back. Okay. So we got 4 of these. But again, these internal ones, I like that design. You can see by the hinges here kind of how these doors will open. And we already suspected that, right? Like what's funny is in my first look at this ship, back when we just had the image from the poster, I knew that this side section opened up, and I even identified all the seams. But I thought that was to get you in. I thought the opening was so that you could walk into the ship. But no, they use that space for weapons. So, okay, fair enough, which means the entrance is, a massive ramp on the belly. But I'm going to stop talking about that. Let's move on anyways. And we've got some missiles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like 8. They're in a bespoke rack, though, so you're not going to be changing out that rack. They are, I'm going to say size 1. I'm just going to call it because they look absolutely tiny. Yeah, they probably are. We can zoom a little bit on those if we want to take a closer look. But got those little tiny missiles. They're kind of cute. Also in the back here, we see an intake. Probably just graphics, probably just rule of cool. But it does make you wonder, with the 100 series, they had that, they said that it had fuel scoops. So it could basically generate its own hydrogen fuel. As long as it was moving, it could generate its own hydrogen fuel. And this ship has gills, again, they're really going with the aquatic theme on a lot of their ships this year with the Tiburon, and this thing having these gills. It's like, is that for air intake? I don't know. Probably not, honestly. And honestly, do those features really work? Like, has anybody ever pulled a 100i and emptied the fuel tank somehow and then flown it, decoupled for an hour in a straight line to see did the fuel regenerate? I don't know. The PDFs, the sales brochures talk about all sorts of things. It's like the the Ironclad says it has specially insulated interior for your cargo. Like, okay, SIG, what is that? So that's it. Like, it looks cool. Sorry for the really bad camera work today, people. Again, I'm stuck in the seat and we're confined by what the con allows here with the lighting and stuff like that. But everybody, this is your Origin M80 Heavy Fighter. And it looks not like Origin. Not necessarily bad. It's probably going to sell very well. The tires are cool looking. I'll say that. What else? I think that's about all there is to talk about for now. It looks like it has 4, or maybe these are size 4s. I don't know. I don't know if these are size 4s or size 5s. You tell me. You know what? You tell me, because I don't care. It's got 4 hard points. There you go. And a bunch of tiny missiles. It has a logout bed. And go to your local statistics website to get the stats. I don't like the shape of the cockpit glass at all. Like, if I had to say, is there anything that J-Gun hates? I don't like this cockpit glass. I don't think it looks good. It looks like they phoned it in. Like, it looks lazy. Like, it's just, there's nothing interesting to it. It's just a long, stretched out oval. There's really no details. So there's that. And then there's this thing on the top. Like, who knows what this thing is? I don't know. That could be for refueling. You know, they've been pushing their refueling gameplay. Honestly, it probably is. That's probably a fuel nozzle. You know, they took some inspiration from real-life jets with this, with some of the curves. So there's definitely shapes in this vehicle that draw parallels to F-14s and F-16s and F-22s and stuff like that, for sure, in small little parts. But then you look at other parts, and it's like, the back is really fat. It's got a spoiler. Like, then there's all these weird undulating organic curves on the bottom side to make it look like a fish. So I'm excited to try it out on Origin Day and see how it handles. Undoubtedly, it's going to perform well for the first few months. That kind of goes without saying when SIG wants us to buy a ship. So I'll stop talking. This is the Origin M80. And there you have it, folks. Probably a more in-depth review when we actually get to fly. Thanks for watching. If you like stuff like this, feel free to like and subscribe. And I will see you in the verse.